Let me grab TikTok. And then we'll get this party started. All right, there's TikTok. And what are we calling this? We are calling this Community is Freedom. Wonder if I should go live on the other channel, because I have another video going very viral at the moment. Huh. Interesting. No, I'm going to keep it consistent. All right, let's call it Community is Freedom. And then get this party started. Here we go. It is what it is. It is what it is, people. Go live in 3, 2. No? Rejected? Why didn't it go live? Go live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, TikTok. You are here with YouTube, and it is a beautiful day in the sunny South. Sure want to take off this sweater. But we got a lot of... Oh, okay. Oops. Hey, guys. But we have a lot of good things going on here. And, yeah, it really is. It's spring is really coming on nice. It's another beautiful day. And I just uploaded our nature unit study into Homeschools Connected. And today really has me thinking a lot about community, because we had a big breakthrough over the weekend that one of our community members just spoke about. And it really goes back to a dream that I had, which dated back a few years, because when I came through the public school system, I got my bachelor's degree in history education, a master's degree in special education, and I thought I'd want to be a teacher, but ultimately I got into that system and I didn't like what I saw. And I wound up going a different route, and I wound up making the Classical Learner Homeschooling Company. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant really, what that would be. At the time, parents were just basically hiring me as a consultant, and I was setting up people's homeschools. And I was basically counseling parents on how I would educate their children if they were my children. And that was great, and I had a lot of success with that. And I did that for about 1 year, and then, I kept doing it, but I decided it was time to expand, time to grow, time for something more. And I had all of this accumulated knowledge in terms of homeschool knowledge. Like, I had all this knowledge from all the consultations I did with the best resources available, whether that be curriculums, whether that be quote-unquote extracurriculars, right? Construction, engineering, the type of things that all parents should be teaching their children, all schools should be teaching children, but unfortunately, they suck and they don't do that. So I had all this information. So I started essentially building out my own app, which was, I've been thinking of homeschooling my kids, but both my wife and I work, and it's so hard to do so. Yeah, listen, that's a big challenge. What I would recommend is sitting down, looking at your schedule, seeing how many hours you'd have where one of you could be with the children actually doing school. But then what you want to do is, and this kind of gets into the title of this, about community, where you really want to try to find community. And you could do that on, go to Facebook and look for Facebook co-ops in the area that you live. There might be people you could find. You can, call local museums or zoos, aquariums, Bounce You, stuff like that. Ask if they're having homeschool events and see if you can start to network with other families in your area that are homeschooling. And then, of course, you have grandparents, right? Can grandma do something every Monday, right? Can grandpa do something every Tuesday? And you see if you can make it work. And then, of course, with curriculums themselves, you have curriculums that are completely based off of, I mean, they're really structured for anything. Like, if you need child-led learning, like time for learning is actually on the computer, right? Abeka on the computer. The Khan Academy is on the computer. So there's a lot of flexibility with, does my community not know I'm live? I see them talking in our chat. They're like, no chat today? No stream today? No, I'm streaming right now. I'm on here. Someone tell the community. So you have all of this, all of these great resources that you can really use to structure your homeschool in a way that's advantageous to what you're doing. Hey man, we love your books. Any experience with Germany or countries where homeschooling is allegedly not permitted? I haven't worked with any families in Germany, so I guess no. Go to hslda.org, and they might actually have the homeschool laws as it relates to Germany. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll have that. I guess your biggest challenge would be getting permission to do it, right? Or for lack of a better term, right? So, hslda.org, Homeschool Legal Defense Association.org. I also have another TikTok channel at Real Brett Pike, in which I have a number of videos that I posted this week specifically about how to find the regulations where you live. So hslda.org, that is where you want to be. So that's where I would start looking. But getting back to my story and if you guys have any questions, just jump in. It's fine. So I had started my business doing homeschool consultations, and I had all this knowledge. So I basically created an app, Homeschools Connected. And at first it was just a place where families could connect with each other. And I created this primary chat where homeschool families join, and they have access to all these other homeschool mothers and fathers. And it's really developed into something amazing where pretty much all day there's just these homeschool families that are in my community that we're having these conversations about everything, not even just about homeschooling and education. Yes, for sure, we're talking about that, but about life, about family, about friendships, about relationships, about world events, about what's going on in the world, about current events, about conspiracies, and everything's very respectful. So I really appreciate the community that we've built. And another thing that I built within that is state groups. And that's really about the topic of this stream today, because this week we've had a lot of relationships develop in our state groups. And this week, a few of our members actually got together and they had a meeting with one another in which they met in the physical world. And that was a big breakthrough for Homeschools Connected, because now, hey, Bear Mini Mom, where have you been? Now, I thought you ditched me. So now we have people actually having real meetups in the physical world that are meeting on Homeschools Connected through the state groups. I want to meet up in North Carolina. Yes, we have to do a Carolina. Maybe I could schedule a Carolina meetup for sometime this year, but we'd have to find a location that works for everyone. But I would absolutely love that. By the way, don't mind how congested I am. I'm sure you guys could hear how nasally I sound. Very nasally. My allergies have just been, here in the Carolinas. I've been planting and birthdays, busy. Yes, I understand that. So, we've had our first meetups now with Homeschools Connected, and the state groups have really been a success where, if you live in Ohio, you can have a group of families that live in Ohio. If you live in South Carolina, there's a group of families that live in South Carolina, which is a really cool thing. It actually gets into the question that someone had asked earlier. And then what we started doing is year 3. So this has been our first year of building out original curriculum. And it's been really successful. I taught a course called Foundations of Propaganda for elementary school and middle school level learners, in which I used the Cubs to Bears children book series, which I wrote essentially to familiarize children with the inner workings of propaganda, whether that be social shame, pleas to authority. Check out histamine and its effects. Yeah, I used to have a hardcore fever. Yeah, I know. I actually want to get, I've been using honey, but I want to get North Carolina honey because it has the pollen native to my state. And see if that helps a little bit more. But anyway, I'll be fine. I'm a big boy. I can handle some pollen. It's a little nasally. But yeah, so we've started building out original curriculum and with the course on propaganda. Right now, I'm teaching a course on the Bill of Rights and the American Revolution, in which we're actually teaching the American Revolution backwards from how it's taught in school, whereas in school, they do this chronological history leading up to the Bill of Rights. We actually start with the Bill of Rights, and then we work backwards and forwards at the same time. So here's freedom of speech, and here's why it was relevant based on the events leading up to the Bill of Rights, the American Revolution. And here's why it's relevant based on the modern world today and what we see with truth speakers being silenced. And I've been attacked with that type of, unfortunately, that type of stuff. But that's the world we live in, and that's how it goes, and you got to make the best of it. So we're teaching children the Bill of Rights. We're teaching them about propaganda. We're teaching them about the media industrial complex, another course I'm teaching in which we're familiarizing children with the inner workings of, hey, Melissa, of what controls media, right? And that's such a powerful thing. And then, of course, our nature unit study, which I just posted in Homeschools Connected, this week's lesson. But this amazing course we've been doing with children planting their own seeds and making their own garden boxes and doing a lot of really cool things. And what I just posted this week is children are actually going to be calculating the surface area of their garden boxes. They'll be growing. They'll be sketching their garden boxes to scale, and they will be familiarized with 6 of the most common garden pests. So they'll learn to identify garden pests, and they'll play a fun game that my wife actually put together in which they identify garden pests. And then from there, as we build out throughout the course of our nature unit study, over the course of the summer, we're actually going to teach them how to get rid of common garden pests or how to prevent common garden pests so that they know how to deal with that in the future. So all really good things and really good skills that we're working on. But it's been very exciting and a lot of really good things happening. So anyone interested in that, it's www.classicallearner.com, Homeschools Connected, and it's $10 a month with the promotion code FREEDOM. So that's what I had going today. It's really what I wanted to talk about with the nature unit study being posted, and really excited that we now have members of our community actually meeting up in the real world. I mean, this was, when I started that was a dream, right? That was, I could create these state groups and I could get all these homeschool families from around the country and actually empower them where they could start meeting up with each other and forming their own co-ops. But of course, that was just a dream. And to see that come into fruition and to see the pictures that were posted in Homeschools Connected, it put a really big smile on my face. And it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of work that it's produced itself in the real world, and I couldn't be happier with that. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off of TikTok now because I only like to talk, unless anyone has any questions related to homeschooling, but I only like to talk about homeschooling on TikTok, and then we could talk about whatever on YouTube. Yeah, we could look into that. Ordering my books this week. We appreciate your time. Oh, cool. The Cubs. Yeah. I have the 7 Cubs to Bears. Freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, the congressionally documented history media, but really cool stuff we're doing. And I'm sending you my I'm so excited. Bear Mini Mom makes soap. So I'm excited to get that. I actually want to get I want to grow, I don't know if it's walnuts, a certain type of nut that if you grow, you could actually use it as laundry detergent. Hey, Rock the Stem, I haven't ignored you. I haven't had the chance to go over your your STEM work yet, but I plan on doing it with my son sometime in the next week or two. And then once I do your actual assignments with my son and take a look at them, I'll get back to you. I have a million things going on. I haven't had the chance to look at it. I don't know what that means. Yeah, the nut laundry soap. It looks really cool, and I love to do that. I already use an organic detergent, but I would like to actually make it myself. Or Soap Berries, Hardwood Bear says. And Hardwood Bear is unique in that he knows everything in the world. There's not a skill Hardwood Bear doesn't have. So Soap Berries what are they called? What's the official name? Do I grow them? Thank you for the information. Yeah, Stacy, anytime. If you have any questions, let me know. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm here. To destroy the public education system and talk about homeschooling. Is your program a specific? Yeah, so, I mean, right now with my program, we have our year-long nature unit study, in which children are learning a lot of skills through it, but a specific age. Really, it's for elementary school, maybe pre-K through high school. We don't cover everything, right? Like, it's my first year building out curriculum, but what we do cover is very valuable. And we're doing our year-long nature unit study in which children are planting their seeds, constructing garden boxes. They made their own greenhouses. They're composting. They're doing... I'm not a moderator. I'll make you a moderator. Give me a second. They're composting. They're learning photography, videography, construction, a lot of really cool skills. And then I put together courses for elementary school and middle school level students that I teach myself. I teach them live on Thursdays. But I taught a course on propaganda using the Cubs to Bears children's book series, a course on the Bill of Rights, which I'm teaching right now, and the American Revolution. And then for our older students, we're currently studying the media industrial complex. It's a course I teach where we learn to track the money and do things of that nature. And then as soon as we finish that study, our students are going to start looking into the medical industrial complex. And I have a lot of other things coming down the pike, but I'm not going to announce them yet, because I'll just wait till I announce them. But so I'm going to have her have a journal where she draws a plant as it changes. I love that. That is so cool. I wonder if you could film her, like use a camera stand and film her drawing from above, and then through each step you'll have it filmed, and then you could time lapse it, and you could actually have a time lapse video of her drawing out, and this would be a great lesson on videography, a time-lapse video of her drawing out each step of the plant changing, and then you would actually have the video of, it would look like you could see in full time the plant changing through her drawing, which would be so cool. I'm big into teaching children videography, by the way. One of the things our students are doing with the nature unit study is they are videotaping a lot of what they're doing, and they're going to create almost mini documentaries for the year, which would be really cool. Something I'm pretty excited about. We planted flowers yesterday. That's awesome. Yeah, so like now what we would do with our nature unit study, and what you could do even if you don't join my group, is now that there's flowers planted, you can do a little study into common garden pests or bugs. Common garden pests or bugs. So you do like aphids, slugs, and then you do like a fun game where she learns to identify the different garden bugs, and then over the course of the year, the summer, as the garden bugs present themselves, like the aphids, you could actually take measures of how to get rid of the aphids and protect your flowers and stuff like that. So there's so many cool things you could do. That would be really awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. Our kids are also growing tomatoes, pumpkins, and strawberries. This time of year with pumpkins? That's cool. Tomatoes, pumpkins, and strawberries. That's cool. I like the tomatoes. I remember my boy was, by the time he was 2 years old, he was just walking up to our tomato bushes, picking them off and eating them, which is like the coolest thing ever, you know? Do you have classes for adults? I mean, truth be told, my classes are great for adults, but I mean, they're for children. But like learning to track the money and stuff is, a skill everyone needs. She wants to eat a tomato that she grows. So yeah, don't even just have her eat a tomato. I mean, yes, have her eat a tomato. But what I would do is then turn the crops she grows into a project. Like that's what we're doing with the nature unit study. So she could grow the tomatoes and you can use that to make sauce, right? She could grow the tomatoes and you can use that to make ketchup, which would be a really fun activity. She could grow the tomatoes and you can use that to make as part of a salad, right? She could then take the crops that she grows and host a dinner party, or take the crops that she grows, host a little to do marketing, right? And say, hey, I'm hosting this garden farmers market where I'm selling some of the crops that I grew this summer. Like, and then obviously you tell grandma and grandpa to come and make sure that people actually buy her stuff. But, there's so many different cool things you can do in terms of preparing your children for life through hands-on, project learning. My daughter will love her own ketchup. Awesome idea. Yeah, and then like there's so many. So like, say your daughter is making her own ketchup. So then what you do is you say, okay, let's go to the store and get a bottle of Heinz ketchup, and let's take a picture of the ingredient list, and then say, now let's look at these ingredients. And you could actually do internet searches. So like type in the ingredient plus side effects and say, wow, it looks like a lot of these ingredients really aren't healthy. So what ingredients could we use with the sugar? But, are there different ingredients you can use? So can you use like organic brown sugar, right? And just different things you can do so that at least you start creating a mindset of, okay, a lot of these foods you buy at the store aren't good for me. And how can I structure my life and my eating in a way that's organic and healthy? Right? Not that sugar is healthy, but you guys get the point. So there's everything you do, right? Get into the habit of thinking, how can I level up, as I call it? How can I take this assignment, add something onto it, and continue to learn through what your children are already doing, rather than having them do all of this out of context stuff? And if you get in the habit of doing that, you will become a very effective parent educator. There has not yet been any course created in the Homeschools Connected that teach the Bible. Ooh, but there are a number of homeschool programs that already focus on teaching the Bible. Yes, so there are. GIA is a good program where they're Bible-based, and they actually have curriculum for science, for history. I like what Apologia does, but there's a lot of them that teach the Bible, and I actually would love to get a course eventually going that does focus on Bible studies in Homeschools Connected, but I haven't got there yet. So maybe Hardwood Bear will just volunteer to make a course and just produce. I mean, that would be based. That would be based. Hardwood Bear. Or maybe we could even do it where we have a community forum in which parents that are passionate about the Bible could actually have a weekly Bible study that they do together and with all the children. That would be a little tough with the logistics of like the noise control, the background noise. But that would be really based and red pilled. That would be awesome. More like a chess. Do you want to teach a chess? Hardwood Bear, I would love if you took a class. I would. Oh, the gutter guys are here. I'm like, why is there a gigantic ladder going up the house? Okay. What is happening right now? The gutter guys are finally here. They claim to have sealed the gutters, but I found a bird trapped in the gutter, and then I made a TikTok video about me releasing the bird, and I overlaid it with the Bob Marley song. It was like, 3 little birdies were at my doorstep. Anyway, it was a pretty cool TikTok video. There's also a great program for chess. Hello? There's a great program for chess, but that's eluding me. If you guys look at Homeschool Connected, I actually have chess as a category. Chess story time? 3D chess story time? Cool program where children get a book. They learn chess through kind of that Charlotte Mason story type stuff. Dr. Wolf? I'm not familiar with Dr. Wolf. I don't know. I think it's called 3D Story Chess Time or something like that. I definitely got that wrong. You could also use the Scratch program, which is a coding program, Scratch. Storytime Chess, that's what it's called. Really cool program, Storytime Chess. That they put together videos, like video stories, and the children actually, and they have books, and children actually learn chess through story. It's really cool. Signal is horrible for Melissa. She'll watch the YouTube replay. So, Dr. Wolf teaches. Can I take a screenshot of that? Got it. You play against the computer, gives you feedback on your moves. So Dr. Wolf, people are saying, is a good chess program, but apparently it's expensive. The Storytime Chess, I don't believe, is expensive. Oh, no, maybe it is expensive. It's a great program. We have it. It's kind of expensive, and the board is cheap, but very engaging for my son. So that's the feedback. It's engaging, effective, but it's expensive, Storytime Chess. So is Dr. Wolf, apparently. This is why Hardwood Bear needs to make a chess course that's not expensive. They say you could teach a 3-year-old, which is true, with a lot of patience. Yes, I have found in my homeschooling that I at night when I pray, almost every night, I pray for patience. I'm like, I need patience. That's funny. I really do. All right. Oh, no. Storytime Chess is $50. Okay. Storytime Chess. Hardwood Bear's running psychological operations on us. Dr. Wolf is expensive. Storytime Chess, he says it's about $50. Really cool. So, yeah, I mean, so more than anything, I hope you guys are getting the educational philosophy, because if you understand the philosophy, you'll be able to effectively educate your children. So, a lot going on over there. So, I'm actually, I'm going to cut this stream. I'm going to call it a stream here. I covered what I wanted to cover. I answered some good questions. And so it's www.classicallearner.com. You'll see Homeschools Connected. It's $10 a month with the promotion code FREEDOM, all lowercase. And I'm actually, I think I'm going to do a pop-up stream on my classicallearner.com. Give a basic talk on what Homeschools Connected is. So, all right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. and look forward to talking about some more stuff. And I got to look up some gravy. Talk about some gravy topics, but I'm still recovering from my most recent shadowing. So, all right, guys, love your work, Classical Learner Bear. Thanks for this. All right, guys, freedom isn't free. We have to earn it every day, and I will undoubtedly be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern to earn it.